Okay, so if you found this video, you're probably wondering, Vex, how the actual hell did you manage to get 103 million points on multiVerse? Well, today I'm gonna answer that question. Now, in this particular case, I will just say the force gap strat is what carried me all the way up to that insane score that I got. But I will be explaining all of my scoring strats here in this video. Anyways, so some quick things to note. I will not really provide too much advice for the parts where you don't really get that much score. I will, so Void 2, that is the section before Scissor Lasers, um, intro, and I guess outro. Those aren't really going to be explained too much because you just want to stay shooting for those sections anyway. But, anywho, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and move on to Void Ring real quick. What's my playback speed at? Okay. So, we're going to start right about here because this is close enough, I think. Notice where I sit. I sit right about up here next to Alpha. Well, not near the top of the blue zone. And then I move to the left here to shield. You should be able to get at least 35 combo from that. And then to get there, of course, you take this left lane here. You can see all these different lanes you can take, right? So you want to pick this one and sit right about here-ish. Hang on, let me get back to that. So yeah, notice I stop right up here and then I start moving as they start moving back out again. Now, I got 36 combo that time. If you do it well enough, you can manage 39, although I personally usually get 38 at most. And yeah, it is technically possible to get higher than that. I think I've seen 42 is the max, but that kind of requires a little bit more. Nah, and that I don't really know how to explain it, but it's a little more difficult to pull it off that way to get that much more combo. But anywho, Void Ring. So you can kind of just see what I'm doing here. I'm making an in and out movement. I will kind of explain this a little more in a second, but yeah, just note the in and out movement I have this whole time. And then I go like in, out, in here. And then crash when those lasers fire. Okay, let me go back to the start. Avoid those. Alright, so I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go and slow this down a bit so you'll see a little better. You wanna wait right around, well, a little, yeah, right. You saw where I moved that moment, right? So you wanna wait right around here. And then you move up and around that point. And then you kind of just wait to take the gap there. Up and around. And then right around here. Notice I stay near the bottom half of the screen for the most part, except for when I'm absorbing those blues. Right. Okay, so this part, it'll switch directions and these kunais will fire. So you want to stay in this one spot, move so you can absorb those, and move up to get all that. And then you wait here, in, out, in. Alright, let me show you that again. In, out, in. Yeah, like that. In, out, in. In, out, in. Yeah, just like that. And then you get these and then crash. Now, before the crash, you should have around 250 at least combo. And so after that, you just keep crashing. Notice the one charge shot here. since I crashed on the 4th beat of that measure, take the charge shot here, and then don't crash until the 1st beat of the next measure. So, like, 1, 2, 3, crash, charge shot, charge shot, charge shot, regular shot, crash. Okay. Crash, trot, shoot, 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 crash, shoot, shoot, shoot. Right? You want to keep that up. I'm going to put this back to normal for a second. And keep doing that. Crash, shoot, 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 crash, shoot, shoot. Like that. You want to keep that up as long as you can. If you can get the crash here, what you want to do, you want to try and find this spot like near the... I didn't get this time. But if you're close enough to the middle here, and no voids end up killing you in that section, you can get 2 charge shots that will increase your combo up to 8 there, rather than getting only 1 that would get you up to 4, right? Because the blue zone kind of appears a little earlier than it looks like. And then, of course, when these scissors close in, you want to do that and shield through it, of course. And you do have to pay attention to that still, because the crash shield will not last long enough for you to get through just whichever one. Because on the 4th beat, it only lasts for half a beat there. You'll notice. But anyway, now here is a little bit trickier to do scoring stuff on for this section of the song. So what you'll want to do is find these groups of 4. So like, and then of course you want to make sure you don't exit the blue zone either. So like, that could have been one if I didn't get it. Here's a group of 4. Here, hang on. I should, you definitely can't see where I'm pointing here. So, this is a group of 4 you could get. Which I did. You could get that too, but I didn't go for it because it's kind of difficult for those ones. Here's a group of 4. I didn't get it, but you could do it. Another group of 4, which I did get. Now, if you did well enough, you should end up with at least 60 combo here. I only got up to 50. This was kind of a mediocre run up until when I actually got to chorus. But you want to keep on shooting. 4, 1, 2, crash, 4, 1, 2, crash, 4, 1, 2, crash, 4. Okay, now, one thing to note about that. I'll let you watch here a little bit. You can notice there's a little bit of an offset on that 3rd crash there, and that's because you want to use the timing windows to get that crash shield through early, so you can still get a charge shot before the blue zone disappears. So you can notice the numbers stayed bigger for a little longer. There. Now, here, survival strats and scoring strats are pretty much the same here. You just want to keep on shooting. So, this is kind of something I wasn't really going to explain too much, so I'm just going to skip straight here, where scissors start up. Okay, scissor lasers, right? Let me go back here. So you want to shoot twice, and then shield through all those. And then you can fit 2 more charge shots before the next set of scissors. Right, here, let me slow this down, so you can, we're going to 0.25, so you can actually see what's happening, because the scissor lasers go off really fast, right? 1, 2, shield, 1, 2, shield, and then you just ride the waves here. Shield, shoot, shield, shoot, shield, shoot, shield. And then you just ride the wave again, right? So we'll move this back up to 0.5 now. Did not mean to do that. So you take 2 beats of shield for the second one. Now, you'll notice I kind of had a bit of a lag spike there. Because normally these are just extend like that. You see the lag spike, and then they kind of did that. Okay! Pinwheel. Pinwheel is kind of bullshit in the sense that it's completely RNG, right? So kind of like with figure 8, you want to be looking for these groups of at least 4, right? So there's one I could take, which I did. Here's another one. Well, actually, I didn't quite take the grouping I was expecting to, but I took there and there. So you can see, there's 2, maybe 3 right there. And then I take these ones as well for the charge shot. Take those, charge shot. I think that would have been enough there for a charge shot, but those 2 void kunais kind of spooked me a little bit. So, yeah, I did not take that charge shot there. And then I don't think I got much of anything else here. Okay. If you get a really good amount of charge shots, like at this point you should already be in the 150s if you did really good. Hell, even the 160s even. So what you want to do, find this little safe spot here. You can kind of see, you kind of hug the laser, but don't get too close to it, otherwise you'll get void and you'll have to start over. And this little spot right here, you'll be safe from these voids here as well. So you can just keep shooting. And what I do, I start crashing after 2 of these pass me. So 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's when you want to start crashing. You crash on every first beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crash. 2, 3, 4. Crash. 2, 3, 4. And then you crash a little early before the blue zone disappears. Use that speed to get up here for Void Snake. Speaking of, Void Snake, here we are. If you've made it this far, then I will go ahead and let you know. Void Snake is worth about 100 or so overflow, I think. Maybe a little bit more. I don't really know exactly. But I'll kind of let you follow along here for a second. Now, these spirals. Now, survival strats would tell you to just follow the spiral. But we're not doing that, because we're trying to get as many shots as possible in during Void Snake here. So instead, you're going to want to be crossing these spiral arms so that you can keep shooting alpha. And then here, you also want to cross the spiral arms. Kind of go 1, 2, 1, 2 to dodge this. Now here, 1, 2, and then this one you kind of follow upwards. Now here, when the aim shots start, right? Alright, so you use this opportunity to get up here. Aim shot, you want to move to this little lane here. Now you're going to be up kind of high, so do be very careful not to bump into these kunais here. Because they can be very annoying to deal with if you move just a bit too far. Now here you'll notice I kind of moved down because that Oreo would have probably hit me if I did not. However, if you manage to just get up here and it's already kind of like right below you, it should just aim pretty much directly up and you don't have to worry about moving down there. Then when it shoots again, you want to move to the left one. Shoot, move to the right. Now. Okay, this part, I'm going to slow it down again, because it is a little hard to explain. So, left lane here, right? And then you go right here. Now, after that passes you by, you want to go through this little gap here, and then move down. So that you can dodge the 4th one, because there's just not enough room up there to dodge the 4th one. So you want to get out of there. You want to get out. And, of course, you're still shooting while you're doing all this. Now you want to wait right about here. move down with the aim shots, right? Now, after 4, you want to be right around here. Let the next 2 fire. Dodge before that hits you. Dodge the next 2 like that. And then here you just kind of do the little tiny taps. Tiny taps. This should not let you get hit by these or these kunais. And then when you get here, you want to start moving up instead of to the side so that you don't leave the enemy bar, right? Something that's a little bit tricky to understand sometimes is don't forget you can dodge vertically as well. You're not just limited to moving left and right to dodge, right? Sometimes you'll have to do it moving up and down as well. So I'm gonna kind of show you one more time. Now you can see I'm kind of hugging the bottom of the area as well, right? Now it is very easy to get tripped up and potentially hit one of the orbs. Now you'll also notice the steps barely move at all at first, but they start getting bigger and bigger because you'll notice the lane kind of moving a little bit when you start, and then when you get up here, you just move a little bit up. Now, chorus. My favorite part, because it has my favorite part of the song in it. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead. What you want to do, you want to swing to either one of these. I personally prefer going to the right because it makes taking the force gap way easier for me. Although, if you can manage it on the left, more power to you. Go for the left if that's what you need to do, right? But here's what I do. I go to the right. You want to be gaining combo at all times. Kind of like your survival strats, right? And then, like, literally the survival strats are pretty much the same here. Now, force gap. Okay, okay. So here, you'll notice one thing. Okay, you'll notice all these gaps are moving except for 2 of them. Those 2 being the ones next to where they spawn from, right? You want to take either one of these 2 gaps. I personally prefer taking the one on the right because it's easier to dodge these spiraling kunais here. Like here, let me slow this down a bit for you. We're gonna go here. And don't be afraid to shield for speed, because you can get absorbed either way. Okay, now you kind of do there, then move. It is very difficult to tell, and this is by no means consistent, which might sound like a load of bull coming from me, considering how many times I've taken this freaking gap. But when they fire, you'll know these spirals are static, right? So I kind of use these almost to mark, right? You'll see that one crossing. This one crossing here. I kind of sit right. Well, okay. The kunais don't really have any. I don't know why I said that. Let me see if I can slow it down even more. But, I will say it's a lot easier to take the gap that isn't moving. Which, again, is right next to the middle one. Yeah. So yeah, force gap, there's not really too much else I can say about it that would really help all that much. But it takes practice. Lots and lots of practice to take that gap, right? I will say one thing, though. If you really want to try and get consistent with it, something I have noticed. If you look at the rate that these lasers spread from that center one, right? And then if we go to force, right? So look how fast this is moving away from it. these middle three move at the same rate as those ones. So, if you're just trying to practice the force gap, you can technically take the gap between these lasers, even. Right? Because the middle three lasers are like, the middle three lasers of the set of force lasers are like, they're just like the regular lasers, essentially. Well, these triple spreads, except they have more around them, so you can't just dodge them like that. Now, survival strats, you would just want to crash there, but since we're trying to take the gap anyway, you don't have to worry too much about trying to get 2 combo in a single beat before the force lasers fire. But it is very helpful, and you will probably end up getting multiple combo in a beat anyway, which more power to you. That's much better for scoring anyways. Now, second half of chorus is pretty much the same. Just be wary of these kunais, because they're even denser than they were in the first half of chorus. Which, yeah, that's freaking evil. Just like alpha. Now, second spread. This is the one I usually crash, because, like, you're going to get hit by these spirals here. So you just want to crash through that. Now, bullet sandwich is pretty much the same as survival strats. You want to hold out as long as you can shooting, crash when you need to. Now, you can see I died there because I was careless and I hit a freaking void kunai there. But, if you have the combo, so, like, I end up with, like, almost 60 combo here by the end of my crashing, right? That's plenty of combo to be able to get up to 4K. Assuming that you did all the other stuff correctly before this. Now, actually, what I will do, we're gonna go ahead and, we're gonna move over to a different video now. We're gonna move over to watch Yoshi's and, Misha's outros, right?
I'm a little scared of like
So,
driving too
yeah,
fast
everyone
and
say
hitting bullet.
hi to Yoshi. Let me get over here. Alright. So you can see this, right? Don't be afraid to take... Well, okay, that's what I would say if I were going for survival strats, right? But we're going for scoring strats, right? Now, if you have the combo, I would try to get a crash before that blue zone disappears, so you can get a couple charge shots in before outro officially starts like this. And I mean, outro's pretty much the same anyways, other than that. So yeah, you can see that. We're gonna go over to Misha's now. Now, this one was done in a... Well, both of those were done in the GMS1 build of the game, so you'll notice these kunais go behind these bullets, and I just think that's absolutely freaking evil. But anyway. Crash. Nisha could have crashed there. I don't know if he's done that since then, because this is not his personal best score, by the way. Like, if you look at the board, Misha's like 94 mil now. This score is only like 80 something, I think. Yeah, this is like 88 mil? 87, 88. Oh, 86. Okay. 86 mil. And, I'm not gonna show you the end, because you know, just go watch Misha's video if you really want to see the end. I'm just gonna say that. Please go check out Misha. He's absolutely amazing. Yoshi too. He's also just great. They have helped me so much in my NOISZ journey. Um, yeah, that's all I really have to say in regards to this. Because if we go back here, I mean, if Misha's snake route is actually surprisingly similar to my, like, I think Misha literally does the mirror image of what I do for the most part. Say for a couple differences, like, we'll skip to a snake, right? Yeah, he starts over here, on this side. Also, I noticed he's moving down more rapid than this crossing spells in the first one. But yeah, and then here, more spiral crossing. He stays down a little longer than I do. Like, if you did that, you could probably stay up there for 4 rather than just 3. Like, yeah, he basically does that for the 4th one also. But, like, aside from that, like, the route's just about the same, but it's a mirror image. So again, Void Snake route isn't completely set in stone, but if you're wanting to score Void Snake, that's basically the route you want to be doing. Is the minor Misha's route. I think Reds does what Misha does also. Anywho, what else is there to say? But yeah, force gap, definitely not consistent effort. Like, it takes a lot of precision to just take that freaking gap, because the gap is, what, like 2 pixels wide, I think? Something ridiculously crazy like that. Um, that's really all I have to say in terms of scoring stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna leave a link, because if you're just trying to get survival tips, this is most definitely not the video that you should be following by any means. I don't even explain everything on the survival stuff, right? But I will link Yoshi's video, his overload strategy for multiverse video. That will be in the description. As well as both Yoshi and Misha's multiverse SS's. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. So, thanks for watching. If you actually liked this and you like watching me take the force gap and stuff, be sure to like and subscribe. It You hear so many people saying this, but it really helps out a lot. And yeah, I don't upload and post that often. Like, look at my upload schedule. It is not consistent at all. Um, but in that regard, um, yeah, just thanks for stopping by and watching. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Peace.